Hi, beautiful souls. I'm sharing a little more light on presence today. Of course, presence is such a huge and vital part of our lives here, especially those that are consciously aware of the ascension path, looking to expand and keep expanding and experience ascended mastery in their physical bodies in this current lifetime. So for those of us that are really engaged and embracing the ascension path, the ascension walkie, to be familiar with all aspects of presence is vital, but also incredibly useful, because we want to make sure that we are fully aware as much as possible, obviously within reason, because we are still walking a human path, and whilst we are bringing forth our multidimensionality and coming to live as multidimensional beings too, there is this crossover, this lapse in beingness, and the human is still very much able to override its presence and go into the thinking mind, or start focusing in an area maybe where they hadn't intended. So to be really present, we want to make sure that we take our focused awareness, and wherever we're applying ourselves or putting our focus is totally in alignment with that we are. If we are putting our focus in something where we're not in alignment, or say, for example, we are triggered or whatever, or siphoned off or anything, then we have to be like, okay, what's going on here? How can I resolve this? How can I create a solution for this? You should be able to look at anything and see it for what it is, and not be so triggered or charged that you come out of your inner power, your inner state of power, okay? But at the same time, what I'm really concentrating on with this video is that if you are focusing on a certain path and you're moving through your day and you've got your focus going on and you know what it is that you are creating, and then something occurs, and instead of going, not right now, no, but you allow your focus to wander and go, oh, what is it that they want? Or what is it that they want from me? How is it that my attention is now needing to be over here? Okay, then we have to address that. That's what I'm looking at in this moment, is addressing where we take our focus and somebody else captures our focus and we lose our presence and we go, and then we go and focus in the wrong direction for us, a direction that's not intended for us in that moment. Maybe because we're being mithered, maybe we're being annoyed, who knows? So to give some examples of this, for instance, well, I think everybody's probably got a social media stream of some sort, even if it's not all of the Facebooks and everything else. Most people do have things like WhatsApp and blah, 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 and emails. Now, if somebody's sending you a barrage of WhatsApps, but you are focused on doing some writing or doing whatever it is that you're doing, continue to concentrate on what it is that you are doing and answer when it's the right moment for you to answer. Because the thing is that the more that we create and put light into this planet, the better it is for everyone. The more light that touches everyone. So if somebody's calling our attention, and it's because maybe they're going, oh, I just wondered if you're okay, and oh, I hadn't heard from you, and and they're being all needy and dramatic and a little bit manipulative, you have to stop and go, okay, well, I've obviously trained this person to behave like this or to treat me like this. So I can also stop this kind of behavior and say, look, please do not worry. Do not waste your energy on worrying. All is well. I'll reply as soon as I have a moment to reply. You have to be strong and sovereign in your inner power. And also, no is a complete sentence. You don't have to add anything to it. It can just be no. In this day where there's so many different marketing ploys and goodness knows what else, and people wanting to siphon your energy, and you might be like, just ordered a parcel, and a parcel turns up, and somebody wants you to say whether they did a good job. Did we do a good job? Well, that's all very nice and lovely. And so many people will just go on override and just go, oh, yes, it was a great job, and blah, 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 blah. But is your focus really worth going down that route where you're just allowing yourself to suddenly spend great quantas of your day replying on email to whether somebody did a good job or not in sending you a parcel, which honestly really should not even be part of your day? It's the same thing like if you see doctors and anybody these days. Everybody wants feedback. Everybody's so desperately hungry for feedback. In their desperation, in their neediness, it repels. It's repellent. And what I want to say is that if you want to answer those emails and messages and blah, 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 it's your choice. It's fine. Of course, do it. By all means, do it. I'm not saying not to. But what I'm saying is to be very conscious when you do, very conscious when somebody's trying to grab your attention, trying to pull you in their direction. Because if it's serving the highest good, serving your journey, serving a purpose, then that's fine. But if it's just to take your energy, to siphon your energy, to deplete your life force, then you have got to be strong enough and sovereign enough to say no. To say no. And I speak a lot, of course, of, experience. And I have had my energy siphoned off so much over the years. I was talking to a very dear friend yesterday. We were both together in the hospitality industry together a long, long time ago, and she's still in the hospitality industry and one of my greatest friends. And I was saying, it's fascinating how many people I've supported and nurtured throughout the years, like hundreds, probably more than hundreds throughout the years of my career. Because, in hospitality, there does tend to be a high turnover. And it's interesting that, when your life force is depleted, how few people are suddenly there to go and check in. Now, this might sound like as if reverse, like, oh, you're saying, well, people should check in, people shouldn't check in. It's not about that. It's about the awareness, because that's what presence is. It's about having the awareness that you are wise enough to understand and understand how things are, and not having any judgment about any of it, not judging a single jot of it, but making sure that you put yourself in a position that you're not letting people just take your life force or use you, abuse you, or siphon your energy for themselves. Because people will do it, not necessarily intentionally, but people will do it and they will get away with it. And then if you're not conscious and aware, you will regret it when you suddenly wake up and realize what you've done. So this is my message, is to be so aware in your presence that you're aware of the people that surround you. You're aware of the people that are wanting something from you. Is it resonating with you? Is it not resonating with you? Are you in agreement with it or not? Are you strong enough and sovereign enough to say no? If not, why? Why aren't you sovereign enough to say no? What's holding you back? What's stopping you from saying no and using no as a full sentence? I send you a lot of love and power and remembrance that you are an infinite being of light, not here to be used and abused by anyone or anything, to hold sovereign in your inner power and to be present and aware and conscious as you move through your earthly experience with ease and grace, so that you can experience the mastery and ascend in your physical bodies in this current lifetime. You've already done it. You've done it. You are everything already. But my goodness, I know that this is something that would be really fun for so many of you. So just be aware that presence, there are so many paths, so many avenues, and so many places where your presence can be considered. And the more present and the more consciously aware that you are, the more you will glide through your world as a fully realized being of light. I send you love. My name is Zaza. Like, subscribe and share if you feel called to do so. Thank you.